Hello, everyone. This is Dread from Miss Valley Entertainment News. How are y'all doing? So, let's talk about how gaming journalists and YouTubers are bowing the knee to Bioware. We're going to jump in, take a look at two videos, one by Vera Dark, one by Mr. Hardcore Mode, and we're going to have those linked down below so you check them out for yourself. Let's reset this here and let's get going.
As soon as mainstream media's reviews went up for Dragon Age the Veilguard, we knew it was going to be a nightmare for BioWare because almost all of them highlighted the diversity and inclusivity and how that was the focus.
Of course they did. And that is the focus because that's what the game designers focused on. And as we know, as sane, rational people, when game designers focus themselves on issues like diversity, it's usually at the expense of the game. And the harder they focus on that, the worse the game becomes. And the more they push that into marketing, that means the game is bad enough. There's not much else they can really say about it.
Instead of it being a genuinely amazing Dragon Age experience, but now everyone is starting to question the journos reviews, how they're using the same pictures,
and we should be questioning the journal's reviews. The journos, yes. The activists who pretend to be journalists, who are all about pushing agendas, and yeah, they're not about true journalism anymore. Although, to be fair, I mean, what news station out there is about true journalism anymore either? I mean, can you turn on your television? Those of you who still have television, can you turn on your television and actually find a news station that actually legitimately cares about telling both sides of the story and just presenting you with the story and letting you make up your own mind? Or are they all pushing agendas?
using the same wording, and they're also highlighting the same exact talking points, which means they're either
Talking.
written by AI or they all are going off of a script. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create,
hey, games journalists, hey, gaming websites and stuff, I know how much you want to talk about how much you love this game for its diversity, but you know what? We're gonna make sure you say exactly the right things, and here's a script. Please use all these points. Thanks. Wow. Someone doesn't even trust the people on their own side to say the right thing. Wow.
check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I do not trust the mainstream media, and I do not trust critics. When I want to form an opinion on a game, I don't go by what they say. I play it myself. I give it a chance myself because I think it's only fair if I'm talking about a product on this channel that I experience it myself, because a lot of the times the critics and users do not align. And I do not think that is going to happen here, because while there are a lot of reviewers who are giving it hundreds, there are some other
100 out of 100 or 10 out of 10 is what it's stacking up to be. Like, it is the greatest fucking game ever made. Why? Because it's inclusive. Oh my god. People are so fucking stupid. Some days I don't. Some days I just don't get people on this planet. I just don't fucking get them.
Content creators like YouTubers, for example, saying it's only mid, it's only okay, it's not what they expected, and it's a disappointment. But we now are kind of piecing together a lot of articles, seeing.
And I've seen some people who are not activists, who were fans of this franchise, who have said this game is a 3 out of 10 at the most. At the most. This is not the gaming franchise that was previously my favorite gaming franchise. Yeah. Dragon Age, Thetis, my favorite gaming franchise through its first 3 games. But this monstrosity has turned me away from my franchise. I don't even want to know what they're going to write this like. I don't even want to know where they're going to take the story anymore. I don't want anything to effing do with it. Things, you know what? You want to write your own story where you stick your inclusivity and your trans agenda into it. Go ahead. Make your own game. Make your own game. Don't take somebody else's beloved franchise and twist it. Make your own effing game.
The way that the media is wording their reviews, and it's very freaking suspicious. Now, a big reason why so many people do not trust journalists is because a lot of the times they're paid off, or at least they seem to be paid off, right?
Well, they are.
Have these perfect opinions as if they're afraid to speak negatively about a product because they do not want to lose access to upcoming games. They don't want to lose access to review codes. And with Dragon Age the Veilguard, most of them are saying that this is amazing because of its diversity and its inclusivity, and they're not really aligning with what gamers seem to think of the preview material that we've seen now. Maybe when this releases in a few.
But when do sites like Kotaku and others follow along with them ever go along with the actual gamers? The same companies that trash really, really good games that gamers love will take games that are pieces of absolute dog piss garbage and raise them up to be the best things ever. These gaming companies and gaming websites and gaming journalists do not have your best interests at heart, ever. And as you're going to see, neither do a lot of these YouTubers.
Few days, all of our opinions will change. Maybe this will truly be a 10 out of 10 game, but when I see critics giving it 100s, but then all of their articles are parroting the same talking points, it just doesn't look good in my opinion. And I do definitely think that Bioware probably gave them a script to go off of, and most of them are too afraid to speak their own genuine opinions, or maybe this is really how they feel, because we know that the people that work at the Kotakus, the gamers, the Polygons, they are all activists who care more about diversity and representation versus genuinely good storytelling. But Nuri had posted, not that anybody is surprised that Bioware is paying journalists to try and save this dumpster fire, but they should have at least made an effort unto making it seem like they weren't copy-pasted titles, same pictures, and this is something that I had pointed out in one of my previous videos, is that they were all covering it in the same exact way. As you can see, Kotaku wrote an article saying in Dragon Age the Veilguard, this dialogue option lets you declare your character is trans. Gamers Live Plus, never heard of them by the way, in Dragon Age the Veilguard, this dialogue option lets you declare your character is trans. The Gamer, unlike many RPGs, Dragon Age the Veilguard lets you establish that your character is trans.
Wait, there's a trend here. They all seem to be focusing on the exact same thing in the exact same way. If they didn't get a script from BioWare, then all the journalists got together at a big party and talked about what they were going to say about this and decided to all say the exact same thing. Or it's the world's biggest coincidence. Sure it is.
And it even gives you unique dialogue. And I have to say this a lot. I am for as many options as possible for gamers, but they are clearly shoving identity politics into this title in order to pander to a very small minority of people. I mean, they really do not care about what the majority of gamers want, which is a genuinely amazing fantasy experience, because having a character who is, not exactly sure who they are or is questioning their identity isn't really that crazy. If you look at characters who go on a hero's journey, right? They
Sure.
constantly question their actions, why they're doing what they're doing, what they care about, what they're trying to change within the world. And then, of course, they have to look internally and they're looking at how they themselves as human beings are changing.
That's
But
true.
in this case, my big issue is the modern language, the current day language. Oh, we have top surgery scars. We, of course, have characters establishing that they are trans. We have terms like non binary being put into this game. There
Yeah.
are ways to put your opinions and your viewpoints and also content that you would like into a game where a character might be questioning who they are without using modern day terms. And that is what makes this game woke. That is the issue that gamers have these days. But that is what these activists do not understand.
They certainly
Whoopie-doo, you want to sit here and say your character's trans to yourself, okay, whatever. But having it as options, using terms like non-binary and transgender and having top surgery scars in a fantasy dragon game is really fucking weird. And I think the majority of people would agree with that. We also can see, if you head on over...
It's not even just weird. It's fucking disgusting. Leave real life shit out of the games. Allow them just to be a fantasy.
To, Google and Bing, and you're searching up Dragon Age the Veilguard, they all are, yes, using the same terminology. Rolling Stones, Dragon Age the Veilguard is a return to form for a beloved RPG franchise. GameSpot, it feels like a return to form for Bioware. Digital Trends, the Veilguard is a return to form for this once lauded RPG studio. Games Radar, it feels like a true return to RPG form. PSU, without a doubt, a return to form for Bioware. So you can see clear as day that they were all given a script and they are afraid to go off of that script. It's so insulting to the very people that they need to read.
I mean, they're afraid to go off the script. They're also afraid to go off. They're also afraid to have an opinion that might be incendiary. They're afraid to actually go on a rant and say, what is this piece of shit masquerading as a fucking game? They're fucking cowards, man. Games journalists are fucking cowards, is what they are. It is amazing how far that job has sunk. Just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. They would just bow the knee to BioWare and all these other companies. I mean, but again, it's only the companies that promote wokeness, that promote diversity, that promote transsexuality, that promote all these things. That it's so brave of them to do this for people. Oh, really? Or are they actually ruining people's games? Yeah, they're absolute fucking cowards, man.
Read their articles. If you want trust back with audiences, and you want people to have a little bit of faith in you, you would not just be copying the talking points this company was giving you. And this is why so many gamers go over to Metacritics, they see an 84, which yes is positive, and instantly question why these scores are high.
Well, yeah. I mean, of course. Why are they so dumb? I mean, let's read. Dragon Age the Veilguard is a triumphant return to form. It's an epic and grandiose RPG adventure with intimate, powerful stories. Its cast of endearing and quirky companions. Really? Really? Quirky and endearing, or downright ugly with disgusting lack of options in the character the most diverse and most options character creation, unless you're a straight man or woman, in which case they don't fucking care about you. They don't even fucking like you. Your options are zero. You want to be a woman who looks like a woman? No, you can't be, because real women are men who think they're women. You know, you want to be a guy who plays as a woman or who romances a woman. So you want that woman to character to be good looking, and No, you can't have that because men are not allowed to find women good looking. These people are fucked in the head. Let's go over to what the YouTubers are doing to bow the knee to Bioware. Mr. Hardcore Mode, take it away.
Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode here, where nothing's easy. Here to give you a little information on, well, basically, creators on YouTube simply lying that they pretty much don't get anything from Bioware.
Shocking. But he lays this out pretty well, and he's right. So let's listen to what he's got to say. But shocking that, shocking already. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
When it comes to pulling out reviews, good reviews or bad reviews, which is honestly just a straight up fucking lie. Does anybody know about revenue when it comes to YouTube?
Heard of it.
You do? Okay, cool. Awesome. You know how much you get paid per views, per 1,000 views? I think it's like $12, $15 for 1,000 views per, something like that. And also it depends on adverts and that sort of thing. And I think there's a cut when it comes to earnings, where I think YouTube takes 45% and the YouTuber takes 55%.
I have to take his word for it. I really don't know those numbers, honestly. Again, never taken a cent from YouTube on any of my 3 channels. So, although one is monetized, still would take any money from YouTube. Not interested.
Now, of course, I'm talking about YouTube, but when it comes to these new, brand new, before the game even comes out, Dragon Age the Veilguard reviews, those people are going to get seen a lot, and that is fucking currency. Regardless of whether or not not Bethesda, but Bioware has given you money.
Use the currency.
Is currency.
Yep.
You are getting the privilege. You are getting a privilege. Let me say this again. You are getting a privilege, and you're getting income from these, before it comes out sort of reviews. You play the game for 2 weeks. You brought out the review before the game comes out. That is immediate exposure.
And of course, this is why, like larger YouTube channels especially, literally make a living doing this by getting companies to send them games in advance so they can have their full game review come out right before the game launches. Everybody's going to want to see that to say, oh, what's your review of this? Oh, I guess I should buy it then. Larger gaming channels will count on that. That is their source of revenue. That is their source of income. That is how they pay their bills and live. So yeah, these codes that get sent out are extremely effing important and extremely lucrative. Make no mistake.
Regardless of or not, you get a lot, regardless of whether or not you said something good or something bad about the game. Saying something good about it does keep you on their map, though.
Radar.
Saying something positive about their game does keep you on the map. So
on the radar,
let's just be straight there.
Was radar the word you were looking for? Like the guy on MASH with the glasses and the funny hand? Radar? That guy? Radar O'Reilly? Radar on the radar? Boop, boop, boop. Goes around a circle. Boop, boop. Radar on the radar. Mr. Hardcore Mode on the radar? Was that what was he Trent? Was he trying to say on their radar? I mean, on their map? I guess maybe for an RPG, a fantasy RPG, maybe radar doesn't work, and maybe he means on the map because it's like a oh. All right, never mind. Moving on.
Okay, let's be straight on there.
On the radar.
So we're gonna go ahead and watch 3 YouTubers. One particularly that kind of ticks me off is not what he said, but not what he said when it comes to him saying that Dragon Age of Veilguard is game of the year. That's up to him. If he thinks that, I disagree. But he said at the bottom, this is Mortismal Gamey, by the way. And he said at the bottom, and it's pinned, if you honestly believe that I would ever accept any form of compensation for a review, you obviously don't know me at all. And more importantly, you have no idea how anything sponsored or paid works.
So Mortismo Gaming, or whatever you're called, I'm guessing that they like me refuse to take any money from YouTube, and they've never asked YouTube to send them their money that they're owed, right? 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 Hmm? Sure. Sure. We can believe that. Sure.
Well, anything sponsored, Mortismal. Anything sponsored. Well, this is not an ad, so I guess he's right. But here's the thing, Mortismal.
It's like they've got, I can't really read that real well, but it looks like 388,000 subscribers. Oh, I bet you they get a really good paycheck every month there from YouTube. I bet you they do. So their statement is a lie.
When it comes to your early before the game even comes out review, 100% review. Here's the thing. Here is the thing.
As in, not like as in they gave the game 100%, as in they played the entire game 100%. Yeah.
You got yourself a banger of exposure. 383,000, almost 400,000 views on YouTube.
400,000 views on their video.
Now, of course, that changes. Of course, that
400,000 views on the video that they only put out because they got an early access code to the game. That in mind.
That the estimation that I'm about to do, the estimated amount that I'm about to show you, does change. It's just an estimate. But this is what you're getting from Bioware. Bioware gave you all of this. All of this. You wouldn't be able to do this video without Bioware. You wouldn't be able to do this video without Bioware. You wouldn't even get paid from this video without Bioware. You are getting compensated.
Sure are.
This is what money is. Why would you do the video? You doing things for free now? Mortismal Gaming?
Some of us do.
Let's see how much you got. We're just doing an estimate here. Just throwing it out here. Here, we're going to just jot something down. It's just an estimate. We don't know how much it could be. Let's try it out. Okay. 385,486.
So I just want to point out something here for people who think that being on YouTube is easy money, or being a content creator is easy money. You got to sell your soul and hustle your ass 24/7 to be able to make enough money to live off of. For nearly 400,000 views, in this video, this person made at the most $1,300, and that's the estimated revenue before YouTube takes 45%. So let's just say $800 at the most is what they made. If that's your only video for the week and your only views for the week, and it just stopped getting views there, I mean, obviously that's probably not going to happen, but views will go down as time passes, right? Not go down, but they won't go up as quickly. Same level, right? $800 to live off of. It's money. It's definitely better than no money. It's definitely better than one money. It's definitely even better than 799 money. 800 is greater. But think about how many videos you need to put out during a week or during a month break it down by week, but let's say during a month, how many videos do you need to put out during a month that make at least those kind of views in order to make it, in order to get by? I'd say getting by at $800 a week is certainly doable, but it's not a very good living. Unless in the US of A, you can live very, very cheaply compared to how you can in Canada. And I'm guessing it's not a lot different than Canada. I'm going to say that living off $800 a week is doable, I guess, if you want to rent a room in someone's house. Or you and your buddies are all renting a small house together, or you've got I don't even know, like, that's not a lot of money, people. You start thinking about these YouTubers who have quit their job and are living off YouTube revenue. Think about how fucking hard they have to work, and they know if their videos suddenly for a week or two don't get good views, how completely effed they are. YouTubers who live off of the YouTube money, the YouTube ad revenue money, have to sell their soul for views. Make no mistake about it. If you are living off of YouTube ad revenue, you have sold your soul for views. You will do anything to get the views, to keep the money coming in so you can survive. And the money isn't great. It's going to keep you hustling and keep you looking for an advantage anywhere you can get it. So the next time a YouTuber who does not have another job, who actually just lives off of YouTube, tells you, trust me on this, remind yourself, are they saying what's going to make them the most money? And or are they saying something they know is going to hurt them financially or hurt their opportunity to make money? Something to keep in mind, people.
That could be between $500 to $1,300 that you just earned. I don't know how much that is. I don't know how much is going to get cut. The 45%, you can divvy it up, but this is all estimate. But
yep.
Hey, can I borrow some money from people between $500 and $1,300?
No, you can't.
No? Too much? A lot of money? Yeah, that makes sense. So what are we talking about?
I don't know who Mr. Hardcore Mode is. I've never watched any of his videos before, but he's got 2.85 thousand subscribers. So he's nearing 3,000 subscribers. I can guarantee you he has another job. Guarantee it.
About Fexter Life? What are we talking about, Mortismal? What are we talking about, Luke Stevens? When it comes to what is this money? These videos that you do on YouTube, is it money or not? Could you have done a review without the code? No?
Good point.
Didn't think so.
You
Let's
got
do
paid.
The next one.
You got paid. Therefore, you're compromised. I mean, that's the simple fact. If you're getting paid by YouTube and you're relying on that money to survive, you're compromised. Your opinions are potentially compromised. Especially your ability to tell an opinion that may hurt you financially. Compromised. I'm not being mean, I'm being truthful here.
Did a really good review. I trust the man. He showed me everything. He was really intricate about his view on the game. I am no longer calling him shill up. This is how much he got. Past 1 million views. That is a lot. That is a lot of exposure. Yep. That is a lot of cash money.
That's good on YouTube for RPG categories here, RPG genre. There's a few people out there who get a lot of views like that. But then, I mean, how much does Mr. Beast get on his views? I mean, maybe that's a little less now than it used to be, but I mean, how much do some of those type people get on their views? I don't even know. I don't follow them, but I bet you it's a lot more than 1 million, right? But that's pretty darn good for somebody covering RPGs. Again, back to my other point, it is very hard in certain categories to continue to get views day after day after day on YouTube. Certain categories, it's really, really tough. It just is.
Why? How? Bioware. EA. Could he have done this without Bioware?
Of course not.
Could he have done it without the code? Oh, that's right. He needs the game in order to do... well, there you go. There you go. Did he do this video for free? No. No. Cash money right here.
Yep.
Let's see how much he's getting. Let's see how much this boy is getting. An estimate, okay? An estimate. Because, like I said, who gave you that? See how much he's getting. Ooh. Damn.
That's not a bad chunk of change.
That's a lot of money.
You put out 2 videos every week that made that. Even with the 45% off of it, even if you want to say your each video is making $2,000 a week, $4,000 a week, $8,000 a month coming home into your pocket, that's not bad. But that's not easy to do. And if you piss off the hand that feeds you, it's not going to happen. Again, an opinion that's compromised. Truth bomb.
$1,600 to $4,100. And that's an estimate, of course. And of course, you got to chop it up because 45%, it changes, it varies. Also, all these people that for some odd reason, I don't know if they got a second job or not, they all still have roofs over their heads, right? Their families still live in a house.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Oh, that's right. Revenue. Oh, that's right. Views. Oh, shit. How does that happen? Exposure. And really a good exposure from games that haven't come out. That's a lot of money. Estimated, of course. Who knows how much that is, but that's a lot. Let's try Matty Plays. Matty Plays got 444K. So that's going to probably be a little bit more than more.
And I would consider Mr. Matty Plays pretty big in his genre, but they're apparently not that big, actually.
Teasmal, the guy that thinks that we're all fucking stupid. How much is he getting?
I like this guy.
That's a lot of money.
Speaking of money, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I do like this guy. I'm subscribing to him. See what his other videos are like later. Cool, moving on.
Does anybody got any spare $600 to $1,500 around here? Huh? Extra Life, do you have any extra money around here? Luke Stevens, could I borrow $600? No? You don't got that money? Oh, that's right, because you didn't get a code. And you're bitching about it, and but you're gonna play mom.
And why is people like Luke Stevens and Wolfheart bitching about not getting codes? Because it hits them in the wallet. It hits them in the pocketbook. So, you know, when they say that it's like about the integrity of gaming and things like that they're upset about, we're upset because everybody who said anything bad about the game didn't get codes. That's really not what it is. It's because you just saw your potential money earnings go down. That's what it's about. And again, I don't mind Luke Stevens. I take his words with a grain of salt because he does these kind of videos where he has early access to games and he's got to be careful with what he says. I realize that. So you have to read between the lines. When it comes to Wolfheart, I followed Wolfheart years ago. Then I ran into Wolfheart's fans and Wolfheart's admins, and they completely trashed me. They were one of those nice gamers who decided to send other people to my site and try to get me canceled and try to destroy me. So Wolfheart's a fucking piece of shit as a human being, but he puts out some good videos. But when these people trumpet their little causes and things, it's usually because no, they're not really. It's about did they make money, and they didn't make the money they wanted to make. That's what it's about.
Monster Hunter, though, right? Since you're not going to get a code, you're not even going to play the game after the game comes out because you know it's not going to be lucrative because the game's already come out. So why even bother play the?
Yeah, so they're guys like that aren't even going to play the game. We didn't get an early access code, so we're not gonna buy the game and then play it after it comes out because people don't want to see it after it comes out. They want to see it before it comes out. That's where the views are. That's where the money is.
The game.
So you've seen, and we've known this for a while, games journalists are absolutely corrupt. They're activists, not journalists. And they could easily be led around by a ring through the nose. Just hand them a script, tell them what to say, and they'll do it. YouTubers, how many of them will say what they actually feel? Well, the ones who YouTube is their source of revenue, you have to question whether or not they will really give true opinions or whether they will make sure that the cash cow continues to come up to them every time because they rely on that money. And that money relies on them saying decent things. So, where should you be getting your honest reviews from? Well, you should use your own critical thinking, first of all. You should, when you hear something, always question, where is it coming from? Why do I intrinsically, yes or no, trust this person or not trust this person? And am I thinking correctly? Are they getting paid in some way? Are they making money off of this, their opinions? Are their opinions influence what they're saying by money? So important to ask yourself that. And maybe you should be going on to X, to, I don't know, TikTok. Does TikTok do reviews? I don't know. To YouTube, to other platforms like this, and be looking for the smaller content creators. Those who are not getting paid. Those who are not relying on YouTube or other ad revenue coming in from these companies in order to make a living. Therefore, those who are not afraid to say what they actually think. You want to play Dragon Age the Veilguard, no one's going to reach out and stop you. You may play it and you may enjoy it. But like Starfield, in the end, it's going to be shown as being a piece of shit game. And you may be left with buyer's remorse later. And if you have no disposable income and your money is tight, I would suggest you spend it somewhere better. Because you can't trust the people who are telling you how great this game is and that you need to go and buy it. You can't trust any of them. It's the kind of world we live in now. For Miss Valley Entertainment News, my name is Dread. See y'all later. Bye-bye.